to International Brain Result School. Nursery class. Subject, Basic Science. Topic 1, Living Things. Now let's look into the definition of living things. What is living things? Living things are things that have life. Living things are things that have life. Living things are things that have life. For instance, we human beings, we are living things because we have life. We can do one or two things. We can breathe, we can walk, we can talk. All these things we are doing make us to say we are living things. We have other things that cannot do this, but only those things that can do it, like animals too, like some plants. All these that have the ability to breathe, to talk, to move in one way or the other are referred to as living things. Today we are looking into the characteristics of living things. What are the characteristics of living things? Characteristics of living things simply means things that living things does. What do we do? There are some things we can do as living things that other things cannot do. For instance, can you compare this pen with me? There are some things I can do as a living thing that this cannot do. The same thing goes to you pupils. There are many things you can do that ordinary things cannot do because you are living things. Now, the very best and the very way that you can understand living things is to always have this in mind. This is called Mr. Niger D. This is the formula for you to assimilate so that you can easily remember some characteristics of living things. Now, let's go into explanation. 1. What are the things we can do? What do you do? What do you do? Can you tell one or two things that you do? Okay, you walk. Fine. That is, living things can move or walk. So we call it movement. When we talk about movement, we move from one place to another. We walk to school, we go back home, mom goes to market, dad goes to work. Doing this, they are walking, they are moving from one place to another. That's why I said, number one thing that living things does is we move. All living things move from one place to another. As you can see, it is possible for me to move down from my house to anywhere I'm going because I'm living things. 2, they can breathe in and out. As living things can breathe in and breathe out. That reminds me, the last time I told you that living things can breathe in and breathe out. And we breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. This is known as respiration. You will be looking at it. This is not too much for you. You can understand it, can assimilate it. On your own time, find time to learn the spelling, grab the word into your brain, and look into the simple explanation that is. Living things can breathe in and out, so we call it respiration. Another one is, they can feed or eat good food. Don't tell me you don't eat. During this lockdown, you've been eating at home. The reason why you are eating is to stay alive. That is, you are living things. That is the reason why you must eat. So all living things are able to eat good food for better nutrition. For us to look good, for us to grow well, we have to feed or eat. So I call this nutrition. We are still coming back into this. Just listening carefully and listening. Another one is, they can talk and respond. Particularly to our environment at home, when mommy talks, we answer, we respond to mommy as she's talking, we answer her. That is, we are living things. For instance, can mommy talk to a pencil? Can she talk to marker? Can she talk to book? Can she face the wall and start talking? No. It's because we are living things. We have this ability to do all this. That is the reason why mommy can talk to her, we respond to her. Things that happen in our environment as well, we respond to it because we are living things. When we hear one sound, when mommy talks, we know the meaning of everything because we are able to hear and we are able to talk. So living things can talk because we have life. Number 5, they can grow and add weight. I'm very sure by now you have eaten all mommy's food. You have now increased in sizes. You have grown taller. By the time I see, I know you grow taller. So it's because you are eating and mommy is giving you the proper care that you need. That is the reason why you can grow. And for you to grow, that means you are living things. For instance, if you flash back to one woman give birth to when you are still a baby, that we used to say, when Tisha was a baby, that time, are you the same thing as you are now? You can see you are growing. The same thing occurs in plants. If you can remember the time we planted some crops, those crops were very small. But by the time they will be able to eat, to feed, to get 1 or 2 nutrients, they were growing. So when you are a baby, you are small. But because you are living things, as mommy is feeding you, you are coming up, you are growing, and you are becoming bigger and taller. I know after the lockdown, you will go fatter than me. So another one is they can sweat, urinate, and defecate. Mommy, I want to wee, I want to poo. It's because you are a living thing. Ordinary things like pencil, like biro, like bag, like book, like marker cannot poo. They cannot have any sweat. Only living things can sweat. You examine that when you've eaten 2 or 1 food like that, you'll be feeling it. After being it, you see that a lot of sweat will come out of the body. All this is telling you that you are living things. All these are signs that living things must at least feel. If you don't see it as a living things, that means you're normal. But as a living things, you must sweat out. Maybe you do 1 or 2 exercises, you see some water coming out of your body, we call it sweat. At times, after eating, after drinking a lot of water, mommy, I want to wee. What comes from your body? You urine, that is, urinate. All these things are dirty things coming out of our body. By the time we take in good food, we must also excrete some waste metabolism. When I say waste metabolism, those things that are not useful to our body, we excrete them out. Is either through sweat, or we urinate, or we defecate. All these poo, urine, they are called waste products. We don't need them in our body. That is the reason why all living things must sweat, urinate, and defecate. So we say excretion. I call it excretion because it is a removal of waste materials from our body. Another one is they can give birth to young ones. Don't tell me, did you born yourself? Mommy gave birth to you. That is why mommy is a living thing and she was able to produce you. As mommy give birth to you, that means you two, you are coming up, you are growing up for you two to come and reproduce. Like onion. Onion too is a plant. If you know another way, we say onion, we will be reproducing. Onions continually reproduce another young ones. That is the reason mommy too is giving birth to you. By the time you go to a stage, you too, you will reproduce your own. You give birth to another offspring, which is another baby that you'll be carrying. By the time that baby grow again, that baby too will born another baby. And as you are doing this, we are giving birth for continuity of life. So all living things must give birth to young ones. Don't say, is it not mommy that give birth? Did daddy give birth? Mommy and daddy come together and become one, and they were able to produce. So all living things must reproduce or give birth to their young ones for continuation of life. Are you getting me? Before I go to the next one, don't forget I told you that living things can move or walk, which I say movement. How living things must breathe in and breathe out, which I say respiration. This M and how, you can see, hem, how. This join together and form Mister. Do you remember I told you Mister? Now, when I told you that all living things must eat or feed, this means nutrition. That is N. We are coming to Niger now. How we form Niger. So listen attentively and get it right. How living things talk and respond to their environment as a whole, which I say irritability. That is I. All living things grow and add weight. That means they can grow and add weight, which I say growth when you are coming up. They can sweat, urinate, and defecate. Excretion, which is E. They can give birth to young ones, which I said reproduction. And lastly, this must happen to all living things. There's no way you may live long on earth, on the land of the living. One day you will give up. That is, also So all living things can die depending on the lifespan. Because somebody died yesterday, that doesn't mean another person cannot die tomorrow. All living things must die because we have life. And one day, when it's reached the lifespan, the lifespan will get expired and living things will give up. All living things must die. In a short note, all these characteristics of living things I'm talking about, you can easily make use of your Mr. Niger D. I call it again, Mr. Niger D. This is the formula for finding the characteristics of living things. Once again, for you to get it easier, you know that living things can move, living things can breathe, living things can feed or eat, living things can talk as I'm talking, living things can grow, living things can urinate, living things can sweat, living things can give birth to young, but all living things can die. So there's no living thing that cannot do all this. All living things must do this. If there's anything that doesn't do this, that is what is separate, is not a living thing. So don't let us go to that. That was another topic entirely. I don't want to move to that. Don't forget your Mr. Niger D. Mr. Niger D. M stands for movement, R stands for respiration, N stands for nutrition, I stand for irritability, G stands for growth, E stands for excretion, R stands for reproduction, D stands for death. Let's go for a break. Welcome back. Now, let's solve this exercise together. I will only explain, tell mom and dad to guide you and do it alone. Listen to the explanation carefully once again. Exercise. Question number 1. What is living things? Like I said earlier, what is living things? Can anyone try? Living things are things that have life. Now, write the full meaning of Mr. Niger D. Don't forget, Mr. Niger D simply means the characteristics of living things. Write the full meaning of Mr. Niger D. M for movement, R for respiration, N for nutrition, I for irritability, G for growth, E for excretion, R for reproduction, and D for death. Thank you. See you at International School next class. Stay safe.